The price of pork, China's favorite meat, rose sharply this year. That's forced many to cut back, but this shopper jokes she'll never give it up.
If people don't eat pork, then their faces turn green, the color of vegetables. You have to eat meat. No meat, no strength.
But meat was a luxury in China just a few decades ago. Food was strictly rationed until the 1980s. Chinese ate meat only once or twice a month when Chinese Academy of Social Sciences economist Zhu Ling was growing up.
Only during Chinese New Year could we get 250 grams of pork each. And I recall I could only get 750 grams of cooking oil per year.
Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms in the 1980s set the stage for China's miraculous growth. And as happens everywhere when people emerge from poverty, the Chinese began to eat better, Zhu says.
This was an era of change and improvement in food consumption. Basically, apart from vegans, every family has seen an increase in meat and seafood consumption.
Chinese pork consumption has more than doubled since 1990, and chicken consumption is up 5-fold. Livestock need to eat too, so feeding those rapidly growing herds and flocks has quickly made China the world's most voracious consumer of soybeans, according to U.S. Department of Agriculture analyst Hui Jiang.
10-15 years ago, China imported almost virtually no soybeans at all. And so since the mid-1990s, Chinese imports have grown drastically to today dominating over half of the total world trade in soybeans.
This has been positive for American agriculture.
Soybean growers like Maryland farmer Dave Burrier have seen the price of their crop nearly double since Beijing entered the market. Last year, China imported 1 out of every 4 soybeans grown in the U.S. That tremendous demand helps push prices up. And not just for soybeans. All crops need land to grow on, says the USDA's Hui Jiang.
That puts competition on other crops like corn.
Jiang says competition for farmland is also helping increase the cost of food. And prices are expected to stay high, in part because China is not done growing. Its expanding middle class is projected to more than triple this decade, Jiang says.
And its food expenditure is expected to double in the same time frame. And the impact on demand cannot be overstated.
But it's not just China. People in India, Brazil, and other emerging economies are also growing wealthier and eating better. Plus, the world is expected to add another 2 billion people by mid-century. That's good news for farmers like Dave Burrier.
And I really think that because of the population increase, that we'll continue to have tremendous demand.
But until supply catches up, food prices will likely remain high. Steve Baragona, VOA News, Washington.